Check, check.
Loud and clear.
Oh, can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
All righty.
Ready to go. We are live.
Now?
Yes, now is the time for Tlaka's Tavern, everybody. You better know. If you don't know, now you motherfucking know. Sorry, excuse my language. It's Tlaka's Tavern, y'all. I'm Miss Lovey, queen of all things indie, and of course, the host of the show that does the most, Miss Tlaka. Sorry, Miss Tlaka. That was my fault. It was accidental. And
I
her
heard
awesome
that.
host. It was a mistake. I got a little loose with my finger pushing. And joining us, of course, her co-host, Mr. Ahmad Andre. Nigga, they can see you.
That's what you call a ham, for real.
Right, I'm here for it, though.
Do that again. Make that
It looks like it's coming out your mouth. That's funny. So, Miss Tlaka, here we are in the tavern the second week. How you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good. Well, just have to tell you guys, we were supposed to have been talking about mind, body, and spirit, and sea moss and elderberry. However, the young lady that was supposed to be joining us was not able to this week. She will reschedule for a later week. So we're just going to talk about right now tonight our own. We were trying to talk about healing the body first, but I guess we'll start talking about healing the mind first. Now, keep in mind, I'm not no PhD, no psychologist. Don't be talking about Tlaka said to do this. I can just give you my opinion, but follow up with the medical doctor for a prescription.
or follow up with me.
Oh, Lord. He said follow up with him.
What kind of doctor is you?
The doctor of black magic.
Okay, black magic doctor.
Oh, Lord, voodoo. Anyway, we're gonna start just speaking upon just ways of protecting ourselves from just what we're doing now. Some things on social media. We have all been bombarded the last few days with not only COVID, the storming of the Capitol, Trump shootings, and just a whole bunch of, as the old people say, tomfoolery.
Mm-hmm.
So what we're going to go ahead and talk about now is just different ways of protecting ourselves from that. Now, with that being said, we can enjoy our social media, but we need to enjoy it within moderation. And that's the one thing that we as people have lost, how to do things moderately. We overindulge in pretty much everything we do, and hence that's why we have the obesity and drug use and just the abuse of everything. So that's what we're just going to talk about: social media and news and anything that's causing negative stress in moderation in your life. So,
what's something that stresses you?
Something that stresses me
that you see, or that you see on your, perhaps, on your timeline, that might make you feel stressed if you don't unengage.
On my time, I've learned how to check out of a whole bunch of stuff. Life has taught me how to, as soon as my hair starts to sizzle a little bit, has taught me how to turn the off button, because I know me, I have a need to try to fix things that I can't fix. So I've learned how to turn everything off real quick, fast. Some of the things that I have seen lately on social media is, I hate to say it, and I'm not going to do too much politics, is the privilege that's being shown. Yes, that's the one thing that that's irked me. And even in seeing it for themselves, they still deny that they received the privilege. It's amazing. The young lady in New York who, with the young man with the cell phone, the jazz player's son, and the way
he was
14. She attacked him, the dad, and then she accused them of attacking her. And it was just ridiculous. And the sad part is that the hotel that they were staying in, that they were spending funds to stay in, did not come to their defense. They came to the young lady's defense, who was a guest there. That just took me over the moon.
Did you see the interview they had with her?
I'm finna get to that with Gail King. I was resting. I literally set up like the old people do. You know how the old people raise up and stuff. I'm like, did she say hold? Did she do her?
Did she
Girl.
just boop Gail? Who the fuck you think you is?
Yes, she did.
Girl, I was through.
I was like, Lord, my mama finna raise up
Not
from her.
Gail. Not Gail. You won't do Gail.
It don't matter. But my thing is, it was an elder. I didn't care. I don't care if it was the little old lady at the bus stop. Girl, I felt my mama rising up from the grave and just trying to reach out and snatch her.
Not
That
Gail.
was horrible. Horrible.
And her lawyer was like,
And her lawyer's like, shh, shh. And she shushed the lawyer. That's the problem right now. That's part of our problem. We are so entitled. We have no boundaries. It's like everything goes. It's just amazing at the things that we feel like we can do and we can say. And I'm one for pushing boundaries. So I'm just speaking wholeheartedly. I push boundaries daily, hourly, minutely. I do. But I don't push the disrespect boundaries at the way that people are now. I just saw on social media, don't know how true it is, about the young man that is in jail that they picked up, where he's refusing to eat because he doesn't have organic food. I'm like, well, he just gonna be hungry. It's ridiculous. And they're at the airports having fits because now they're on the terrorist list. Well, what did you think was going to expect? You stormed the Capitol.
Actually, the judge is going to feed him his organic food.
How? Why?
I have no
because
idea.
it's religious.
It's religious.
It's religiously related.
So
Religiously,
Yeah,
really?
yes.
Yeah, it has to
Okay,
do with
well, we
religion.
have tons of Muslims in there, but they feeding them pork byproducts in the pen.
Yes, the judge
No, they
granted him his organic meal. Now, if that was you,
That's what I'm talking about. Entitlement it's taking me from here already to here, and that's when I have to log off if I saw that.
Well, also you have to consider they know everybody's watching them right now, so they can't infringe on people's rights. You know what I'm saying? A and B. Also, these people got bread. He got defense. He got lawyers that's fighting for him on his behalf, representing him in what he needs, and therefore he's able to get a lawyer to petition a judge, where a public defender's not doing that. Most Black people are under the wealthy line. You know what I'm saying? You got to think of the demographics and what.
I'm thinking of all of that. 9 out of 10, this is probably the judge's godson or distant relative or 3/4 down the line, they're related.
Right.
So, I mean,
probably not, because he's like a religious, like a Hindu-based religion, and there ain't no Hindu judges. Trust you me.
They may not be Hindu, but they marry Hindu. I'm sorry. I saw the judge, the guy that had the horns on his head. He was the federal judge. Was it not a federal judge? That was his son. That came through with the flag and the horns and did all the shaboo. But it's crazy because what they're finding is most of these people who they're arresting are sons of, again, judges, hot prominent attorneys. These are our police officers that took a part in this event. How is that? I mean, that to me, if that's not privilege, then what is it? That is privilege at its finest. And then you think that you're going to walk away, as the folks say, unscathed? like nothing's going to absolutely happen to you. You went in Nancy. I'm going to call her Nancy. No disrespect, but Nancy, because I feel like I understand her. You went in this lady's office. You went through her mail. You stole her podium. They're saying that these people pooped and wrote and all with feces on the walls. I mean, help me understand this. Help me understand. I've been to the White House. I've been on tours. We couldn't get close to anything because of all of the
White House is not
Well, even the Capitol, even in passing, you can't. If they'll let you get this close on the street. What about the black lady that tried to go through? She tried to drive her vehicle through. They shot her up. They treated her like Queen Latifah on Set It Off. They shot that vehicle up. She was dead. She didn't even make it off the grass, off the lawn. So tell me how these people climbed the walls like Donkey Kong and made it into that far into the office. And then my question is, if they would have got a hold or came into the room with some of our politicians, what would at that point? These people had weapons. They found bombs. They found guns. They had tasers. So now what? That's not privilege.
I agree.
So I'm like, so now it's like it's in their face. It's in everybody's face. So now how do we handle it? So again, we as a
Do
people.
we handle it, and is it our problem? Because I feel like we sitting here minding our black ass businesses, and if anything, we need to let the shit show continue and let them fight amongst themselves like they do us, and focus on our communities, building them, structuralizing our own ecosystems, financially especially. So when the shit show crashes, we're not affected.
That's the same. That's the same way I feel because I look at it. I don't pay any attention to it because 3 months from now, months from now, all this will be forgotten. It'll be the same shit show. So I'm black. They're white. It's things that they're going to get away with forever. When I say forever, all the black folks are equal rights, this and that. We're going to be pacified just enough to shut up. Then we're going to raise hell. Then we're going to get pacified again, just enough to shut up. And it's going to just go on and on and on for our kids and our kids' kids. So they can shoot each other up, act a damn fool. I turn the dial to another station, or turn the TV off, and just let them clown.
Okay, my question is, but that's my question though. So they're clowning. Okay, everything that they're doing is again it goes back to language. When we were doing all our Black Lives Matter, which I love your shirt, Black Lives Matter. I see you representing. So we were rioting, we were terrorists, we were all these sorts of things. So my question is, how are they still being labeled as protesters? I mean, what were they protesting?
We have to consider also the media's role in this, who the media works for, and what their job is and their position to paint these pictures of us. We have to remain painted as the threat. You know what I mean? And the white people have to be remained painted as, beyond reproach until.
But for how long? And what can my question is, how long? And what are we going to do? What can we do about it?
What they're protesting. Let me tell you what they're protesting.
Okay, I want to hear this.
Me too.
They protesting because all these years they finally got a president
who
allowed them to come out the closet.
Is it the closet? The racial closet.
Out the closet. That's true.
So their protest, they're not worried about anything else but that. They have a president who allowed them to come out the closet, allowed them to say what they want to. He said what he wanted to. So in, what is the 20th? So in 8 days, all of that is over. So they can't play bully ball with the leader of the free world. That's done. They had someone helping them out on their back. So that's the whole issue.
So I guess my question is, and I get what you're saying. I had a conversation with someone earlier about this today. And so my question was, do we believe that they're going to, because now, as they say, the hoods have been pulled off. So I've gotten to see some people who I thought were really good friends that I had that were certain race that I found out how they truly felt about some of us. But now that the hoods have come off, are the hoods going to go back on? I mean,
the hoods will never go back on. It's social media. The hoods will never go back on. You can be what you want to in your bedroom, in your closet, in your garage, and in your basement with a camera, just like we are. They're going to do the same thing with the camera and the microphone. And then they can stay in their spot and won't be touched. You still have amendments. It's still freedom of speech. You can do what you want. So it's never going anywhere. It's not going to die down. It's only going to get worse.
Before it gets better.
I don't think it's going to get better.
I think it's going to get better. I think we as a black people, I feel like we should focus on local community and our local government. And I feel like that other shit,
It's out of our hands.
They're not really for us because it's not affecting us in a way because we're not even on that level of financial where it's affecting the people that are up there that's affected and fighting. That's because they're fighting amongst each other
maintain
for
their money.
Exactly. We're not even in that fight because you know what I'm saying.
Right. They're trying to maintain old money, old generational wealth.
Yeah. It's the same thing with Texas. I don't need to take this to sports, but it's the same thing with the quarterback here. They didn't discuss anything with him about hiring because he got money, but he's still a nigga, and they got the money. So they discussed nothing with him about the hiring of a general manager. It's just like she said. It's in the DNA. I don't care how much money you have, what you do, what you protest. You're gonna be beneath them.
In their mind.
In their minds. In their minds.
So basically, so we're still, but that goes back again to, like I say, the role of entitlement. But I feel just like they feel like they're entitled. I feel like I'm entitled. I feel like my children are entitled. I feel like my grandchildren are entitled. That's why I'm working and doing the things that I am doing now to try to build some type of general. We're as we're saying within our community, we're breaking all of these past generational curses, creating new. We're setting our standards higher for our kids, the next generations after that, so that we can obtain just that generational wealth, pass things down, and not have that hard struggle. So I guess since what you're saying is you believe that they'll never see us that way. So are we going back to again like what they did in the late 20s and 30s and build our own cities, build our own banks, which I believe we should have those things. That's the only way we're going to be able to get some decent financing and be able to
That's the remedy to everything, but can we do it? That's the remedy to everything.
Well, I again, that goes back to we can do it, but it comes with us taking control of our. It starts out to me and being able to do that. That's a big step, but it starts off with something as small as taking back our households, and that's a whole nother subject in itself. But it starts with taking back our households, having family structures, and raising our children again. So that's a whole nother subject instead of being based on entitlement.
I thought we weren't going to talk about religion and politics.
Well, I thought so either, but you asked what affected me on my timeline, and that's what it is. It's the entitlement. I'm gonna just call it out. I work with someone that it amazed me the things that come out of people's mouth. So I'm the one that normally say things that I'm the mouth shocker, but it amazed me to actually hear someone say, "Well, yeah, depending on where I'm at, she plays the entitlement card for pretty much everything she does. She pays." I'm sitting there listening to her. She plays it when she goes to hotels. She tries to play it on us at work. And I'm like, no, chick, not this one. But
what do you mean? Like
it's so she's Hispanic, but she could pass for Caucasian. And so depending on what's going on, if it's something that's going on that she feels like she can't. If she's talking to Hispanic people, then she's Hispanic. When she goes around the Caucasian people, then she's Caucasian. And so she tries to pull those things on the daily with us too. I'm like, that don't work like that, because I don't care if you're Caucasian, black, checkerboard, whoever. I'm a person. I know me, who I am. I know my value, and you're not going to make me feel no type of way, depending on no matter what. So she can't pull those cards that she pull. I believe everybody want to throw the letters out behind their name. I'm like, I got letters behind my name too. I just choose not to chunk them out there like everybody else do, because you're going to respect me as the person, not because of a title that I hold, not because of a degree that I have. Right. You're going to respect me for just being who I am. Mm-hmm. And that I believe I'm entitled to.
Okay, I got a question. Since our show revolves around mental health,
yes.
So how does that affect you mentally when you wake up in the morning in that situation every day? This is a black woman. How does that affect you mentally? What do you do to keep your head clear?
I can honestly say I was blessed. I was blessed on this level with the mother that I had. So I was not raised to have self-esteem issues. The ones now, I'm not saying that I don't have some, because I have some issues. I know I can't dance, and there's certain things people, jugging me about that kind of, make me crawl up in a little shell.
She can't dance. You know that Charlie Brown? What's that character on
We're
Charlie Brown?
not
What he
gonna
do?
do that. Well,
I don't know. What did he just do this to the whole?
but that's that's the one. That's one of the things that will make me crawl up in the shell. But I'm evolving. I'm getting out of that now. But my mom, she raised me to be independent. She very independent, strong minded. So for me, I had that. But what I found is that a lot of people did not get that type of foundation. They didn't get that loving foundation. They didn't get that. No matter what, I don't care if you skinny, I don't care if you fat. Don't worry about people calling them ugly, because somebody always uglier than you. I was raised up with a bunch of. I was just just filled with high self-esteem. And so that's what gets me through the day, because it's not. I'm one of those people. I believe in the impossible. I believe if I put my mind to it, that there's nothing I really can't do. And where there's a will, there's a way. And so that's what keeps me moving, because I feel like I'm on the same playing field as all of these other people. And I feel like I'm on a better playing field than them, because these people feel like something is owed to them. I was raised to, you get whatever you work for is what you earn, is what you get. There's a Bible say, if a man don't work, he don't eat. So I was raised up on those words. So I've never just expected that handout, versus the people who do expect the handout and they don't know how to handle it when they're told no. See, I can take no and take that no and build on a no and keep going and going and going until I eventually get what I want. They don't have those skills. So that's what keeps me going, because I know that I can, there's nothing you can't throw me in that I'm not going to overcome.
Awesome.
Whatever. I'm just saying. It's all about. That's why I said it goes back to, again. But like I said, that's another show about family. It goes back to building our families back. It goes back to, some people don't believe in men's role, women's role, children's role. Everybody has a role in all of this, and it goes back to how we raise our kids up. If we fill our kids with self-esteem and tons of positive reinforcement, not buying them everything that they deserve, teaching them how to earn some things, and go back to learn how to doing things for ourselves. We need to go back to being the craftsmen that we used to be. If we can get back to that, then I think that these other people won't even be able to touch us, even though they have that sense of entitlement, because we'll be able to build our own. We'll be able to do our own. We'll be able to maintain ourselves. So my question, I guess, to you, Mr. Ahmad, you want to go there?
You finna hit me on the chin?
No, I'm finna bust you. I'm finna bust you in the gut.
I wasn't prepared for this.
Well, hey,
I'm the co-host.
Well, I'm just saying.
I shouldn't be asked any questions.
Well, you're gonna be asked this one, because I'm gonna say this, and people can take it how they want to, but I'm sorry, the most beautiful thing that walked this earth is a black man. I'm sorry, that's just me. That's just how I feel. I'm just that's just there. But what I found is that a lot of our black men don't understand their worth. Right. I believe that they have been, from a little boy, that they have been raised or not raised to understand who and what they are. Don't huff and puff on me, because we've had this conversation before, and I just feel like that they just get beat across the head with everything. And I think that we need to take them back, and we, not us, but it takes a real man to get a man back together. We need to get them back together and get them realizing that they are the true kings, because we as black women, we never forgot that we were the queens, but then we were pushed in that position too.
God, I was hoping a black man show was like 10 shows down the road.
Well, it's not a black man show.
Already.
Well, no, it's not the black man. But you asked me, how do I get up? I mean, how do you get up? Because just going to the gas station.
You was talking about mental health. You went to the black man. Also, you saying the black man crazy? I said, no. The black man crazy. That's
no, I'm not saying the black man is crazy. What I'm saying is, you can go to the gas station. Something as simple as you going to pump gas, and you got people grabbing their purses and moving out your way,
I enjoy it.
So you enjoy?
I used to be tripping on it, but now I love it. I would actually try to intimidate on purpose just to see the reaction. I absolutely love it. It's like a guilty pleasure.
Oh my God! Are you like?
Yeah, the black man I just you know how you get a little. I just pop in like the new Negro is here.
Oh Lord, the new Negro. Well, my thing is with the new Negro. I'm just saying, even on a job, if you just say for instance you're on a job and you're doing this job. I mean, and we've all
I
had.
go through it every day. I go.
That's my whole
every
point.
Day. I go in different places every day, and I walk in and the music stops. So I purposely just walk in really crazy every day. I just bust in just like George Jefferson. You know how that little walk, George? Good morning. How y'all doing? Is everyone fantabulous? So I put people in a position as a black man. I put them in a position to be uncomfortable or where they have no choice but to speak. No choice. So I love it. It's a good. This is my aphrodisiac.
Well, I'm just so,
and I think all black men or black people should be like that when they're in an uncomfortable position. Just bust in like you were the sun, the shine, and just pop
we
in.
are the sun.
Well, I know that, but I'm only thing I'm uncomfortable about is this radio show because I'd be nervous as hell. But other than that, don't nothing bother me. And as a black man, don't nothing bother me.
Well, I'm gonna just say this as a mother of
what's this song? I got this drink in my cup.
Listen, what I'm just saying as a mother. I'm not listening to him because as a mother of black men and by me seeing the things that I've saw, especially as the treatment of black men, I worry. I worry a lot because especially I have my middle son. He's a big guy. And a lot of times people, it's just, he can just walk in the room, just like you said, and they're automatically intimidated. And he's the biggest, fluffiest little teddy bear you ever want to meet. And so he's already intimidating. He's already prejudged. He's already, it's just the numbers are just stacked against him before he even says his name. And so I was trying to find ways of how to, prepare him for that. So with my kids, I've done a lot of self-esteem, trying to build a lot of self-esteem in them. I mean, constantly, because I need them to be able to handle those type of situations. So that's what I was wondering, how does it feel as a black man to deal with, to go through that? I know even as a black woman, we're perceived, a lot of times people perceive us more as sexual and especially even by black men, white men, black women, I mean, white women. I get asked all the time, they just assume because I'm black, I know, well, how do you dance, or what do you do to keep your man happy? Yeah, I'm like, lady, you tell me, y'all don't, according to the numbers, you the white women, y'all the ones got the husbands. You tell me what y'all doing to keep your man happy. It's just crazy. And the stereotypes about things in the bedroom, all sorts of things.
I was about to say something about what they do to keep their man happy, but really they just leave him
alone.
My
God.
It wasn't sexual.
I didn't say it was, but oh my God.
They just leave him alone. Say, Biff, go ahead, go play golf. Go ahead, Biff, go do this.
I'm a burn. You say I'm burning you, really? Yeah, that's what.
No, Buff, you. Joaquin, where you going?
Yeah, because we know, again, you don't have the same entitlements as Biff, and that's why we need to know where Joaquin is so that we can ensure that you're safe and that you make it home, Joaquin. That's why.
Where you going?
Yes, because so when something happens, we need to know where Joaquin is.
I'm going to do a radio show tonight. No, you ain't.
Well, I ain't got nothing. They ain't got nothing to do with me. That's some other stuff. I got my own issues. They ain't got nothing to do with me.
I'm just listening.
We need another gentleman in here.
Yeah, you're out. Estrogen.
I'm just saying.
I got this drink in my cup.
Oh Lord. But we're still back to the entitlement. I'm still stuck on that. I'm
Entitlement.
yes, entitlement. I mean, so if we have any viewers out there, I just want them to chime in. I need some feedback as to, what questions you have or what suggestions you have on how do you feel about it? Just even in that, how do you feel about it? It's what I want to know. I want somebody else's opinion because we have our own opinions, but we're just trying to figure out ways so that we can share that with everybody, see what everybody else think about it. But
think about entitlement.
What can we do to keep our kids' heads up? They're stuck, between COVID, these classrooms, these tests. A lot of our kids are at home struggling, trying to get through this. They don't have the same computer skills, the same tutors, the same. They don't have. They're not on equal playing fields with a lot of things with regards to school. And so that is a thing with regards to entitlement. But how can we keep our kids, build our kids and keep them strong through all this?
Mm-hmm. I don't have kids, so I'm sorry. What? I don't have kids, so I don't really know.
So if you felt like Nipsey was being mistreated at the doggy daycare, what would you do to build Nipsey's self-esteem?
I would let Nipsey watch his mommy burn that motherfucker down from the safety of the car. Watch mommy, honey. No, I mean, this goes back to us being more involved in the family structure and having that responsibility for one another and not relying on the public system to educate, the kids necessarily. And then what are you educating them with?
Ooh, that's a whole nother topic in itself too. We've touched on 50 million topics in this one topic.
All over the place. But that's
cool. But that's okay. I mean,
it's all relevant.
Yeah.
I was one of those parents, with the school when they saw me coming, they go, oh Lord, here comes
someone's on their mama.
Yeah, I was that lady. I was put out the PTA and all of that.
Oh, they didn't put you out.
Well, because I didn't agree with some of the things that they were doing.
Put out the PTA
easily when they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing. And yes, I have been put out the PTA, and
you've been put out a whole bunch of organizations too.
That's fine.
This is the truth.
Well, and that's fine because
Can
I'm gonna
explain that, black woman.
I'm gonna explain that because if I feel I'm not going to let my voice be stifled,
just don't get us put out of here.
Well, that'd be fine.
Never. We welcome you in the tavern.
That's okay. That's all right.
You got a track record.
Well, that's fine. But again, if I'm vigilant in what I feel is right, and I'm not going to let you. That's the problem. You're not going to steamroll over me. Mm-hmm. Anything that I'm passionate about, no, you're not. It's not going to happen. My kids, especially my kids. Anything that I love. No, we're not getting steamrolled over here. I'm one of those people. We're gonna fight to the end, mm-hmm. and I'm gonna end up victorious one way or the other.
Oh no, that's right.
I'm okay with not winning all the battles as long as I win the war.
Right, it's all about the war.
And so that's but yes, they put me out the PTA because I didn't agree with what they were doing with certain uniforms and
PTA put out of church.
He did not put me out of church. Pastor did not put me out of church.
I told you. He could have cleaned it up. See, I just
he did not put me out of church.
I just threw it out there.
He just told me.
She said, Pastor didn't put me out of church.
He did not.
I just was tossing it up there.
Pastor just told me, Sister Carter, whatever comes up shouldn't come out. That's what he said.
Look how she looking like, what the hell?
He did not put me out of church. I was not blocked from the Lord's house, but
without the Lord's.
No. Really? So now this has put Face's business
In the tavern.
Yes.
Hey, that's what it is. In the tavern,
Yeah.
anything goes.
No.
Not anything.
No.
Or not yet. About 3-4
No.
shows down the road, anything will go.
So I guess my question again at this we're gonna get back on the subject. I
Get
guess
back
my
on the
question is, what are your thoughts on how social media is truly influencing us to make some of the decisions that we have going on now?
100%. Everybody like clicks and likes. Clicks and likes. So that's 100%. Everybody want to be a star. So the more clicks, the more likes. I might post something, get 10, 15. Somebody else could get 350. That's what people live off of.
So
that gets millions of people through the day.
So
everybody have blogs, everybody have shows, everybody on TikTok. Everybody is entertainers. So social media rules the world right now.
That's a powerful statement.
To be honest with you, social media has more influence than the church.
I can agree with that. But I guess my thing is, so you're saying that people are willing to not have integrity to get a like.
No. Do you know how many unrevealing pictures come across my timeline? Yes.
That also goes back to people's self-esteem. They're looking for something to validate themselves, and social media is that thing, especially if in their real life they suck. So they try to create an alternate life where they don't suck. Yes. And then they want validation from people that's watching.
Okay, but
I post stuff sometimes at 2-3 in the morning on purpose, just to not, let me go and put this new picture out, this and that. Like inbox. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing up at 3 in the morning getting likes?
That's what niggas be doing.
You know what I'm saying?
I be at work. I be like,
trying to just kind of sneak stuff in and go back to bed. Let me post this. Let me post this 3 in the morning. Post this here. I turn over, look. Then you get the inbox. What you doing?
Right.
Well, what you doing?
Right.
Well, I'm at work.
Social media rules the world, darling.
That's
and ads too, commercials. They spend a lot of money on.
That goes back to, again, why can't we utilize these ads to build our self-esteem, and instead of doing the negative, and so that we can build up our sense of entitlement? I'm sorry. I'm not going to, I'm not going to agree with your post if I don't like your post. If I don't like what you said, I'm going to tell you I don't agree with it. You can take it. That's your opinion. I believe everybody has the right to their opinion.
It all goes with age, age demographics. 18 to 35, 35 to 55. So it depends on who your audience is.
Mm-hmm.
When you're on social media, everybody's your audience.
No, it's not true. It's not true. Usually, most of your people on
your friends
are
are within your age group, but if you, depending on how your page is set, everybody is your audience.
True.
So and I found that out. I'm surprised that some of the people that are watch or like or say that it amazes me what I get sometimes in my inbox because of who's watching, and so it's some of that scary. So you have to be careful. I post what I like, and just tell everybody, you make adult decisions about what you see and about how you read it.
And that goes back to what our topic of our show is: mental health.
Okay. So is it time, Miss Harvey? Oh, it's time to go.
What?
We didn't take a break.
Damn, we went hard to pay for a hot ass hour.
It was more like 45 minutes.
Yeah, it was funny. We were late this evening.
We wasn't.
It's morning. We were late enough.
We
was late enough.
I just took the break at the beginning, so.
Yeah, well, it's my morning, so I was like, we were not late that late this morning.
We're going to have to move our show from 1 hour to 2 hours. Sooner or later, it's coming.
Well, but what I really would like for everybody that's watching to do is to inbox or tag us in topics that you want to hear about.
Please.
Because we have a lot of guests that are coming in. I apologize for our guest, Herbs of Nature. She was unable to make it today, but she will be coming in because I was so excited to hear about the sea moss, elderberry. I'm using all of these products, but I don't know what I'm using them for really. I just know that they're good for me, and I just know I haven't gotten sick and I haven't caught COVID. So I know they're working in some shape, form, or fashion, but don't know how. So it would have been great to hear about that today. But she will be coming on soon to give us some insight on how to use those herbs. And you can always check out her webpage. Again, she's h.e.r.b Herbs of Nature. And she has a webpage.
Yes. I apologize for our person not showing up, but
Oh my goodness.
all our Facebook friends, Instagram friends, Twitter, whatever it is, send topics to me or to Tlaka. Anything you want to talk about or bring up, hit us and hit us hard. We love you.
Yeah.
Tlaka's Tavern.
That's what you had to say?
Tlaka's Tavern. We are in the tavern.
Yeah. So, well, again, this Lovey has said it's time to go. So thank you guys for tapping in.
It's my fault. The show's over with. I done turned on the club lights, y'all.
Yeah, but
Oh no, take that.
we'll see you guys next week with a new topic. And thank you guys for chiming in.
Thank you.
And where can they find you?
They can find us at Tlaka's Tavern on Instagram. So we do have that page set up. And on my Facebook, go to Facebook is Tlaka Wisdoms. As time has grown me from, I started out as Tlaka Faces, but as things have evolved, I have evolved into Tlaka Wisdoms. I've learned a lot within this last year. God is really growing me. And even though we do our own thing, everything we do, we still have a touch of him in it. So he's moving me in a different direction with different people. And it's just a lot of great things coming up. So you guys stay tuned. And I would love to have somebody from different states because we're here in Houston, Texas. I know I see, hey, Rhonda, I see you guys from Tennessee on here. So I would love to have somebody to chime in from different states and so we can get this thing rolling.
And you can find me on Instagram, Black Magic 187, Magic with a J.
Oh Lord, I think say that one more time. Do it one more time.
You'll never find.
Oh Lord, really?
Bloom, bloom.
You gonna go?
When you search.
Goodbye. Thank you guys for checking in.
The way
You can go and click him off. Hit the mic.